Hello YouTube, my name is Dotero, and today I plan on bringing you some Project Cars Toyota expansion. Now, I previously brought you guys Mitsubishi gameplay and review. Now I'm going to do the Toyotas. So up first is the Toyota GT86, which is exactly the same as the Toyota 86. The paint schemes are all the same, there is no difference between the vehicles that I could find. Now, if you can prove me wrong, please do so in the comments below, so I don't look like, well, I'm already going to look like an idiot. But it has a top speed of 141 with an acceleration of 7.10. So it is a legitimate street car, and it handles like a street car too, which I find pretty cool because a lot of the cars in this game that are meant to be street cars don't feel like street cars. So it's a bit different, and it's cool. I like it. As I said earlier, this car is really cool, but it is very slow to get up to speed with a 7.10 seconds. So if you do a road car only race, chances are you're going to lose with this car if it's all-out road cars. Now, if you classified it to Road D, yeah, you have a pretty good shot. I mean, it's like all other road cars. And like I said also earlier, it is exactly the same as the Toyota 86. There's no difference between the GT86 and then the 86. I wanted to point that out. I really don't feel like there's any differences. I mean, you can't get no better than every paint scheme is literally the same. But I still have a lot of fun with it. I like to try and drift with it, even though I mainly drive stock cars, which are loose handling cars, and you're trying to keep them from spinning out. You're trying to keep them as glued to the racetrack as possible. So, I mean, it's like the opposite of what I do, but I still have fun with it nonetheless. I'd like to give it a design of 6.9, and speaking of designs, how do you like my tiger camo? Wow. You can't love it. You just gotta love tigers. I gave it a sound of 7.5 and handling of 6.2, which brings it to a total of 24.7 and would give it an average of 6.9. So this is a lower ranking car, but it is a road car. So I mean, it's not gonna class as high as other cars like LMPs or GT cars. Up next is the Bunny Rocket GT4, which has to be my favorite out of all of the DLC. It is not the highest ranked car within the DLC, but it is my personal fave with all of it. It is the Toyota GT86 Rocket Bunny GT Edition. It's classified in the GT4 with a top speed of 181 and a horsepower of 375. Wow, that's a handful to say. Now, it's not your GT3. I would not recommend using this ever in a GT3 race, as I have seen several people use GT4s in GT3 races. They never win. Now, the Rocket Bunny, or, well, it's really the Bunny Rocket, but I put that backwards purposely because I just thought it sounded funny. But the design is 7.2 with a sound of 8.6 and a handling of 6.8 with a total of 22.7. Now, this receives a total of, or an average of 7.5, which replaces it as a more of a middle type car. I didn't rate it as high as the GT86 as I didn't feel like I had as much fun with it, but it is still my favorite, oddly enough. It is not a drifting car as you see me trying to do. I try to do it with all the road cars, or road type cars, just to see what I can do with it. Although I have to ask, why would they name it the Bunny Rocket, or the Rocket Bunny? If either any of you know, please let me know down in the comments below. Excuse me. There really isn't much to this vehicle other than to say it is a good vehicle. I recommend it highly, as I do all the other vehicles. But we'll move on to the Toyota TS040 prototype. Now here's the Toyota TS040 hybrid. And I like Toyota's hybrid engines, as they're very cool. I especially like it on their GT3 Raybrig car they use. That is one of my favorite cars that Toyota ever made. You can also check that car out on Gran Turismo 6. It was a very good car at Nürburgring, by the way. Very good car. This has a top speed of 211 and a horsepower of 1,000. Wow. Now, I gave it a design of 7.5 as this isn't the nicest looking prototype out there. There is some better looking ones I have seen, and this is just not the best one. I gave it a sound of 9.1. As I said before, I love the hybrid engine. It is one of my favorite engines. It sounds amazing. It's a very good engine, too. No, I wouldn't say very good. I mean, they do have failures like every other engine, but it's a decent one. I also gave it a handling of 8.8, with a total of 25.4, equaling out at, or averaging out at 8.4. Today's been a long day. What I like best about this is the engine, but also what I do like about it is it's not the best handling one out there for prototypes, but it is fun. It reminds me of the caper cars. It's loose into everything, and you're trying to keep it grounded and trying to stay in the throttle as much as you can. It's a very fun experience for me to try and drive cars like that. They're just more fun in my opinion. Now I'm going to let you guys look at all the different cars I have lined up and where these all placed. And this is Natero signing off.